So new scenery. I can't show you that. Haha, no, because that's part of the vlog. You're gonna have to watch a vlog to see where I am and what I end up doing. Anyways, this will be generational vlogs. I promise. Vlogs plural. But let's get to what happened on today's trading day. Did I end up taking shorts? What ended up happening? Blah blah blah. So right here, I did end up sending this signal, I guess you would call it, in the Discord. No, it is not a paid Discord. I just send my, whatever I feel like sending, to be honest. And today, this is what I felt like sending. I didn't end up taking this, and I'll go into why I didn't end up taking this, and why I was looking for shorts when I was looking for shorts. So starting off on the higher time frames, if I go to the 4 hour on both pairs, we were very, very, very bullish today. Practically finally broke out of this daily range, continuing to the upside. Yippee, right? So this is how the 4 hour looked. Daily just looks bullish, so no need to show daily. However, when scaling down in time frame, market open originally, NQ had not yet taken these highs right here, and ES had. So market open, I was looking for a short to the downside, in order to take internal before doing whatever. However, if we scale down in time frame to the 1 minute on both pairs, price ended up manipulating and displacing to the upside. And we continue to pump for the rest of the day. As we continue to pump for the rest of the day, and price actually continued to the upside, we didn't have any more draws on liquidity after having taken external highs. So I really was only looking for shorts. However, a lot of people that were looking for shorts got caught in shorts here or here or here. I was very, very strict on what I was looking for, and I'll tell you guys why I didn't end up executing, even though there was a quote short opportunity. However, it wasn't my opportunity in my model, and it would have been breaking my rules. So as price action continued to the upside, so did ES. There were no other internal draws to get hit. On NQ, I had these daily highs, this daily high right here that we could potentially SMT off. It wouldn't have been anything crazy, but I marked it out. If I show you guys this, you see these are the internal lows I wanted to get taken if we were looking along to the upside. However, we only ended up taking this with no SMT. As price continued to the upside, I had the alerts. I was on the plane, so I was trading from my phone really, and I was just trying to manage what was happening with the charts. Price action continued to the upside and ended up sweeping liquidity right here before coming back, taking out internal and continuing higher. I wanted to see this high get SMT'd off of before looking for any short. I was so strict on the SMT. I was like, I'm not shorting today unless we have a micro time frame SMT taking internal. And I waited until we got that note. It was very, very late, this setup, very late, 11:26, so 8:26. Oh, my nose is stuffy. Or 10:26, 8:26 PST, 10:26 CST, and 11:26 EST. Right, so very late in the trading day. However, this is what I wanted to see once price action was developing right here. I'll show you guys in the Discord. If I go to Trade Talk, if I scroll all the way back up, I said very late on the trading day, but somewhat looking for something like this. May not get it, thinking of potentially getting off. This was 8:16. This was already very, very late. However, we could see I was looking for shorts, looking to target internal after having taken out that internal high. And that's exactly what we ended up getting. I said we'll see what happens. If model showcases, we'll execute. If it doesn't, we won't execute. And now, why didn't I end up executing this image right here is why. We took out internal and SMT'd off of this high. However, the change in state of delivery was very, 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 very messy. This isn't even something I would personally consider change in state of delivery to execute upon, so I just did not execute upon it at all. Now, if I would have emotionally traded this, I would have gotten in shorts regardless, and I wouldn't have not felt good about winning the short. Sure, we know it was a win in hindsight, but however, regardless, I would have had to go back in, journal the trade, and see, hey, this doesn't align with all of my other trades. So there you are. You took your bubble bath?
Yes, sir. It was ethereal. You're like, the greatest experience of my life.
So, since we got basically something that was outside of my model, I chose to not execute. I chose to stay disciplined to my rules and not execute upon that. I said I still want to see my micro time frame high get taken before looking for any short. Look, and by micro time frame, since we put in this new high right here, I wanted to see a clean change of state delivery that looked something like this. For anybody that's curious, I don't execute upon a change of state of delivery unless it looks something like this. Let's pretend these are body candles and not wicks. So it has to be candles. I cannot execute simply with change of state of delivery with wicks. Back to candles. However, if this candle would have displaced higher, and then we would have gotten the micro change of state of delivery, I would have been in shorts in this, and then caught the short. However, due to it not being the proper change of state of delivery, I decided to follow my rules and not execute. I was completely fine with that, as I continue to literally, I guess, signal the trade. Right here, I said I want to see this high get taken before looking for a short again. If I was going to go short, however, price action could just change CSD to the downside. I said clean displacement down, but I'm off. No clean trades for today. If it's not in your journal, don't go and execute on crappy entries. And then you can pause and read what I said there. But there you go. And then the price action ended up playing out eventually. And I said I wanted to see 143 as final take profit. It literally tapped it to the absolute tick. 22, 143, 5. Before eventually reversing. Of course, it did come back down. But yeah, so no trades on my end today, strictly because I chose to follow my rules, and that's okay. You don't have to force an entry. I always emphasize this when people ask me about, entries and whatnot in journaling. Make sure all your trades look the same. Don't have 20 different trades with 20 different executions. Make sure all your entries are clear, all your executions are clear, and your trade ideas behind it. So when you do go journal, you do go revise, and you do go forward test, you don't lack clarity within your trading. So there you go. That was today's trading day. I am going to go I'm going to take a bubble bath later. I'm going to go gamble and lose all my money, and then stare at other people who lost all their life savings. But apart from that, love you guys. Thanks for watching, and make sure you watch this vlog. This is going to be a good vlog. It's going to be a good vlog.